Welcome to Technical Tuesday. This is Fred Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today we're getting into the heart of our trading series on trading psychology. But first, make sure to like, subscribe, and do share, especially if you find value in this presentation. Okay, so today's series is called Twisted Thinking, and I'm going to preface it with a story. When I first started trading, I was coming in from a completely different industry. I was in sales, and you could say I was mildly successful in it. And making this transition into trading, I felt like a complete failure after 6 months of trading. My confidence went down, my self-esteem went down, and I had lost some considerable amount of money in it, and I was just so distraught. And it's kind of interesting that this phenomenon actually happens a lot. There's a lot of people who are successful in their previous careers or their previous endeavors, and then they found themselves not being so successful at this. And the reason is that it's almost a technical failure. A technical failure means that it's almost not their fault. And the reason is that we're wired, since we're little kids, either through the school system, through communities, through culture, to be wired in such a way that almost works against us when we're trading the financial markets. And this is really, can be debunked, it can be changed, and this is what it's about. All right, so one of the biggest issues that I see new traders come into the market with is false expectations and misplaced focus. And the reason is because they're looking to just make money. Trading the financial markets is not about making money. It's the outcome of being successful as a trader is that you make money. But it's not the goal. The goal is to trade successfully, to trade your edge continuously in a successful way. And that means that you're taking losses correctly, you're taking winners correctly. And that leads us into what I call into the rewiring system of how we take our conventional lives and we transform ourselves into traders. And the number one, the most important rewiring technique that you need to do is that, number one, that being wrong is just part of the process. How many times, right, have we in society or in culture or in our school system put such an emphasis on getting 100% on the test, right? It's got to get 100%. If you get 100% on the test, if you get all them right, you are a successful person. Well, it's not true by trading. It's almost impossible to be right 100% of the time. To have a trade be right 100% of the time is not almost, it's not possible. It's just not possible. So if you refer back to my videos on tiering in and tiering out and risk management, that's how you overcome this challenge. You apportion the bigger trades on the more successful trades, whereby that you're making significantly more on those winning trades and you're losing significantly less on those losing trades, and that's how you become a successful trader. That's one of the most important elements of a trading success, is to rewire ourselves. So being wrong is just part of the process of trading. You're not going to make money on every single trade. It's just not possible. Number two, have to make money on every single trade. Well, it's not possible. It's just very similar to the first one. You know, making money is about the overall picture, and I've done a series on this as well, where I discuss like a grocery store. A grocery owner is not making money on every single item in the store. There's no way he's making money on milk and sugar and bread. That's not possible. Those things, if he only sold those things, he'd be losing money. But in order to lure customers into his grocery store, well, he's got to have those items available as well. So in trading, it's the same story. The allocation is not going to make 100% or 1,000% on every single trade. There's going to be some trades that you're going to have to let go. And in order to do that, you're going to have to focus on the trade. And that's misaligned focus that happens. Number three, many traders feel like they need to know everything. They need to have all the information in order to make that successful assessment on the market. And it's not possible. You can't possibly know every single information that's out there. And that's kind of the reasons why most of the people that are trading technical analysis are not using fundamental analysis, because by very definition, fundamental analysis always changes. The group that you're assessing and you're analyzing are always changing. So it's almost impossible to really compare apples to apples because it's always different apples. That's the reason we stick to technical trading, okay? This is really an important one as well. Need to be able to let go of things that you don't have to understand everything, as long as you put yourself in a situation where you're focusing on the trade. Number 4, winning versus losing streaks. This is very important. How many times have you seen a trader going through a bunch of winning streaks and then makes one really bad choice and gives up all of his winning streak? Or the other way around, right? You have a lot of losing streaks and all of a sudden you come here and you bring yourself back and you're successful in that last trade. That happens very often. And the reason is because we get ourselves into a runt. We get ourselves into complacency. We give up. We get into self-doubt. And we can't allow ourselves to trade from that state of mind. So if you find yourself in that state of mind, you have to disconnect. You have to be able to disconnect. And that usually happens when we're making our shift. Now, making a losing streak and then coming back, that's a courageous move where you're able to reshift yourself, focus, and get back into the trading. Whereas if you're making a bunch of winning trades and then you lose big, you're kind of giving yourself too much of a hype. The trick is, okay, and this is really a very, very important trick, is to stay balanced. Not to be too much euphoria and not to be too much on the pit. And one of the best ways that you can do that is just simply by asking yourself, will this pass? And it does pass. This too will pass, right? If you're up in euphoria and you made a lot of money and you're really, this too shall pass. And if you're on the bottom and you see yourself saying, oh, I'm never going to get out of this, this too shall pass as well. The key is to stay in that middle line, in that golden trail that's right in the middle. Thank you for joining us for this Technical Tuesdays. We'll see you here next week.